Volunteer assistant.
So
Okay.
thinking about it in terms, what can you say in 30 to 60 seconds that will make a punch of information? So off the top of my head, having not prepared one in a while, I'm a career educator with an interest in integration of technology with learning with children and adults. So those kinds of things, I never tell personal stuff unless it's a child job. And, I did interview for a position where I did talk about volunteering as a guardian ad litem, that I represented children in court cases of abuse and neglect. And because it related to the job. That was the only time I inserted anything overly personal. Although I applied for an internship with the Biltmore Company, which is everybody familiar with the Biltmore
The
House?
hotel?
Yeah.
The house, the big house. Well, they have the big
Castle in
house
North
and
Carolina.
they have the big house here in Asheville, and then they have a hotel and an inn and a spa and
in Miami. I was like, right? Yes.
no, it's here in Asheville. Now it's probably owned by the same family, but it's a
Is it
thing.
the Vanderbilts?
Yes, it is the Vanderbilts.
Hence Biltmore.
Yes, hence Biltmore. My best friend, I did a personal reference, and I'll read you what she said. Now, mind you, she's my personal reference. I'll read you what she said. And this is kind of what I think of when I think of an elevator speech is, let's see here, where is Carrie?
Like you just meet someone in an elevator and you're telling them about stuff like super fast.
Yeah, so she had just
a brief why are you talking to me? No, I'm just kidding.
Right. So she had a brief bit to share about me, and she said, it's my honor to offer my recommendation of Jennifer Bosworth. I've known Jennifer for over 15 years. She's always demonstrated an unparalleled degree of responsibility, a desire to learn and share what she knows, a willingness to try, and a tenacity that I endeavor to emulate. Over the years, I've watched her raise 2 sons by herself while also working full-time, as well as taking some classes to increase not only her professional knowledge, but also improve herself personally. A believer in life exists outside of our comfort zones. Even when a little nervous, she pushes through, and I find myself in awe of the many skills she has required. And I mean, like that's the kind of thing. What can you pack in a meaty punch that gives them a picture of what you are? And I was reading this going, wow, I'm gonna be taking some of this and putting this in my next elevator speech. But that's how I approach that. Tell me a little bit more about yourself. And I cater it to job. Whatever job it is, I cater it to that position. If I've researched their company, I will put in there, because I'm the type of person, I need a purpose at work. And so if their company culture has that kind of, finding your purpose, I'll talk about that. I'll add that in. If there's something else that I connected within their mission or vision statement, I will try to bring that in as it relates to me and my professional work. That's kind of how I approach interviews, of the question that we all hate, which is tell me a little bit about yourself. The elevator speech is a good approach.
Yeah.
You can start with it generic and develop a very generic one about you professionally, and then make alterations to it. And if you've only got 30 minutes, 30 seconds to a minute is all you want to take to answer that question. Because our panel interviews, when we do interviews, when I hire faculty, we have an hour. But if you know your time frame, then you can adjust that accordingly, because you want to put all the other, the other questions, you want to highlight who you are, but the other questions are really where you want to put in the time and effort and energy.